Okay, here we are. This is the MRE we tried, menu 22, beef goulash. We started it out with a nice pot of English breakfast tea. We went on to the bread with the peanut butter and the strawberry jelly on it, and that was pretty good. It was a little bit thirst-provoking and kind of gummed up in our mouths a little bit, so the hot tea made it work a little bit better. I can't imagine that this would be too comfortable out in the field because none of the beverages with this are really hot beverages. They're both cold beverages. So I don't imagine that that would work very well. You'd have a lot of people out there trying to swallow this stuff and not having an easy time of it. We went on to the applesauce, or the Zapple sauce, which I was kind of surprised about because that really, in spite of them saying it's enhanced, really is nothing but sugar. The stuff that they add to it, when I looked it up, is just sugar on sugar. It's a sugar rush. I can't imagine that could be too good for you, but it did taste mildly of apples. I'd say it was probably a Macintosh or maybe one of those red, the big red ones that are delicious looking but have almost no flavor once you bite into them, because that's pretty much what this was. It's not offensive, but it's nothing to write home about. Then we went on to the crackers, which were buttery, sweet, and very nice. And they actually went quite well with the tea. They complemented the tea very well, as we drink the tea unsweetened. So the sweetness of the cookies went very well with the tea. Great combination. The goulash, I expected would not look anything like what I'm used to. Having grown up in New England, I'm used to a different type of goulash. But that didn't mean that this didn't satisfy me. It was very good. Tomatoes, and it had some, as you can see, carrots in there, and some what looked like rice or some type of grain. The beef itself is not the best cut of beef, but it's still very well done. It looks like it's some kind of a roast, a bottom roast or something like that. But it's still really good. It still tasted very good. So this here, of course, the beverages. And as you know me, I really don't try the beverages. And this chocolate hazelnut protein drink, I probably will not try it, or maybe later tonight when I have time. The biggest thing about these drinks are, and I've tried a few of them, and I've not enjoyed any success with any of them. They've all had the same effect on me. They literally rip through my system, and within an hour of drinking them, everything comes out. And I won't say how, but it does. I simply cannot, my system cannot tolerate these drinks. I can't imagine me being out in the field and suddenly being totally incapacitated for up to an hour because this thing just ripped its way through my system. I don't see these as the best thing in an MRE. Don't like them, and I can't imagine I'm alone in that group. But other than this, and the fact that it didn't have any coffee, which I actually would prefer, but then that's probably my generation and not the millennials. I'd say this is definitely worth your time to try. It is a good MRE, and seeing as I'm not going to forget it this time, on a scale of Mama Leone's Kitchen to an Aldi's knockoff, I'd rate it probably pretty close to a 5.5, maybe a 6. And it gets such a low rating because it is, while the goulash was tasty, most of the other stuff in it is just okay. So overall, I'd say this is an okay MRE. If you want to try MREs, just try MREs. It is worth your while, but don't expect anything dazzling with it because that's not going to happen.